Hi folks, we're going to take a look at number 4b from the Unit 6 Lesson 4 worksheet. So they're asking us to factor this expression, and at first it might not look too familiar, but what I'm hoping you notice is that I've got this expression x minus b squared, then it appears on its own in the next term, and then minus some number. This looks a lot like a quadratic trinomial, except instead of having x squared and just x, we have this x minus b. Okay, but because it follows a very similar format, it could be that we can apply our rules for factoring quadratic trinomials to this thing here. All right, so I'm going to start by using a little trick that we've seen, is instead of working with x minus b, I'm going to use another variable, we'll call it z. I'll let it represent this expression x minus b. So that means I can rewrite the given expression as, instead of x minus b, I'm just going to write z. So z squared plus, again, instead of x minus b, 4z minus 5. And now we get something which is much more familiar. So in order to factor this, all right, as a product of two binomials, since the coefficients of z squared is 1, I just have to find two numbers that multiply to negative 5 and add up to 4. Okay, and I believe 5 and 1 will do the trick, but if it has to add up to 4, it's going to be positive 5 and negative 1. So I know this has to be z and z, so 1 and 5, but since I want the plus 4, it's going to be plus 5 and minus 1. All right, so now we've managed to factor this trinomial. However, we'd like our answer to be given in terms of the same variables as our original expression. So all I have to do now is wherever I see a z, I now replace it back with what it was representing. So this is just going to be x minus b minus 1, and then x minus b plus 5. And there you have it. You have it in factored form as a product of these two trinomials. All right, so just a quick recap here. What you want to be looking for when you see something unfamiliar is, does it fit the format of another common expression that we do know how to factor? And here we realize it looks a lot like a quadratic trinomial. Okay, that's it for this one.